So if you're new here, I'm a dermatologist, board certified. I've spent a lot of time on this planet researching skin anatomy, physiology, biology, skin disease, how to treat skin disease, things that aggravate the skin, skincare ingredients, skincare products, how they interact with the skin, what works, what doesn't. You get the picture. But let me tell you a huge knowledge nugget I'm going to pass on to you. It's going to carry you through the remainder of your time on this planet. And you know, every time it comes up, you're going to be thinking of Dr. Dray fondly. And that is, do not, ladies and gentlemen, do not rely ever on hotel body lotion. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you my top 5 skincare products for travel, my travel skincare essentials that I keep in this little bag for the most part. And that way, if a trip comes up, I don't have to worry, oh my gosh, what cleanser I'm going to use. I know that at the bare minimum, my skin is going to be taken care of. That's not to say I don't add things. I especially like to test stuff out on travel days, which I don't recommend doing because there are a lot of variables with skincare and travel. You got different environments. You got the plane most likely, which is drying, and you've got hotel environments, which do a number on the skin. And I don't know about you guys, it'll be like the night before a trip or even the morning of, and I'm just spinning around like a top trying to pack. I don't have trouble focusing on things, but come time to pack for a trip and all of a sudden I'm grabbing every pair of underwear that I own in my drawer, but then I arrive at my destination and I have no pants. So I like to have these things in this little bag here. That way, if a trip comes up unexpectedly or even a planned trip, I'm not reaching for every bottle that I have only to get to airport security, because yeah, I don't give the airport people any more money than I have to. I'm really stubborn about that pre-check thing, which I know a lot of you guys are like, you mean you still don't have pre-check? No, not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. I am stubborn like a mule in that regard. I'll take my shoes off all day. I'll take my shoes off all day. Want to put me through x-rays that possibly are, you know, mutagenizing my entire body? By all means. I'm not gonna give you money to make me go through your mandated lines faster. Just not gonna do it. So what is it that is an essential for me in my travel skincare? Well, let me tell you, when you arrive to your destination, if you've worn any makeup, and if you plan to wear makeup while you're there, well, I highly encourage you to remove it before you go to bed at night. Just like you shouldn't rely on the hotel lotion. And let me tell you, they have gotten, in the past couple of years, stingier and stingier and stingier and stingier with what they are gifting you in the hotel. I mean, unless you're going big, staying in some luxury palace, you're probably getting watered down stuff. So you're gonna need some kind of makeup remover. And you guys already know the double cleansing thing that I do. Oil cleanser or cleansing balm first, followed by a gentle cleanser. Well, I find that there is a dearth of travel size friendly cleansing oils, cleansing balms. DHC has this cute little mini one. I really like this cleansing oil. It's an olive oil based one. It reminds me a lot of the OG Hada Labo cleansing oil. That was my gateway into oil cleansing. What I like about it for travel purposes is that it's got this cap on it, so it's not going to leak out all over the place. Last thing you want is cleansing oil all over your 90 pairs of underwear you packed, right? Because that's going to be weird. Don't rely on a makeup wipe. Makeup wipes are for that contouring job that you want a little too heavy-handed with. Now you look like RoboCop. Put the contour down, use a little makeup wipe. That's what they're for. They're not for washing your face. Maybe in a pinch, but you're going to want to follow with a gentle cleanser. So do yourself a favor and get a cleansing oil or cleansing balm to help remove cosmetic residue at the end of the day. Now, what's the second step going to be? Well, you need a gentle cleanser to properly wash your face. And this is not the time to be using harsh cleansers. And honestly, as far as travel size friendly stuff, there aren't a lot of options. But La Roche-Posay steps up to the plate in the travel size options. You can get these at Target. I think you can also get them at Ulta. And I really like the Tolerian Hydrating Gentle Cleanser. This is fragrance free, which I love. It comes out like a cream almost, so it's super gentle. Now, if you have oily skin, you might want to go with like their foaming one, which I believe also is available in a travel size. But this Mambo Combo right here will gently cleanse off all that cosmetic residue without further stripping your skin, which is not what you want during travel. That's a big reason actually why people experience little breakouts, is because their skin gets dry from the flight, from weird hotel environments. So real gentle double cleanse to remove cosmetic residue, which you want to take off, yes you do, too. That'll help you out. I like this one. It's got ceramides. It also has niacinamide, which is really good for restoring the moisture barrier, fighting off oxidative stress, and also good for redness and hyperpigmentation. And yes, it can still be effective in a cleanser via the principle of coacervation, wherein active ingredients in a cleanser can remain on the surface after you have rinsed off the cleanser residue and all of the gunk you're trying to wash off your face. Obviously, well, it should be obvious, you're going to need some sunscreen, and it's going to depend on what type of trip you're taking and where you're going, what you plan to be doing. If you're going on a beach vacation, you're going to need water resistant. You're going to want to check a bag in and really bring a big bottle of water resistant sunscreen, plus your hat and all of that kind of stuff, okay? But for the purposes of this video, we're talking maybe a work trip for the weekend where you're mostly going to be inside, indoors all day. You still need sunscreen though for the intermittent exposures, and to have it on hand. You never know what you're going to encounter with travel. As a matter of fact, I heard a story the other day. People had to slide out of a Southwest airline because the engine blew up or something like that. And I guarantee they were not sliding down a slide onto a shaded structure. No, sir. They were probably out there exposed. So you want to make sure you got a little sunscreen to slap on deck. You're going to want to take the sunscreen that you like enough to use and reapply. But I found recently, and this will come as a surprise to those of you who did not watch my recent Orlando travel vlogs and Tampa travel vlogs, but this right here, yeah, it's a stick. Yeah, it's a stick. And I know I'm the one who's always like, sticks are prone to under application and skip areas. You got to physically rub them in. They've got limitations. Yeah, they do. And this is no exception. But what I like about this, A, it's SPF 50, water resistant, chemical sunscreen, no white cast, super moisturizing, soothing base that glides on the skin really easily. And check out the shape here. It's such a convenient shape for easy application around the eyes. And it's great for travel purposes because a lot of times you're out and about and maybe it's not the best idea to be touching your face. Maybe you don't have access to wash your hands. You're trying to reduce the chances of colds and flus and things of that sort. When you're in the plane, for example, potentially a lot of UVA exposure, depending on what's going on with where you're sitting in the plane. Highly recommend sunscreen. And this is great to touch up. Plus, it's like a barrier cream because it's a moisturizing base to help reduce transepidermal water loss. And you can put it around your eyes, no burning, stinging. You can use it as an SPF lip balm. So it's a multi-purpose, all-in-one kind of a thing. Of course, like I said, if you're going to be going on some kind of beach vacation, please do not rely on this alone. You will get fried, okay? This is not adequate for sun time. Like, unless you've got physical clothing covering surfaces, then this is not going to be adequate. But it's really handy to have in your travel bag, and it's a no leak option as well. Plus, slim shady, right? Real svelte slim. Just great to have in there, okay? Just throw it in there, that way you've got it. The other thing that you don't want to leave unattended on the flight deck is your lips. This is a situation where a lot of lip balms might end up being the culprit in further drying out your lips. Carmex, it's got a bunch of ingredients that feel nice going on, but are actually really irritating to the lips and can further dry out your lips. Lip licking is an aggravating factor for dry lips, but then you've got the drop in humidity as occurs with air travel and bizarre hotel environments. So you really need something luxe. I love Vaseline petroleum jelly. They even sell it in these little tiny travel pots. Super convenient. That's a great option. But this is one I've been carrying in my travel bag for years now. It is the Neutrogena Lip Sleeping Mask in the Hydro Boost line. And this, move over Laneige, because this, on first glance when you're putting it on, it kind of looks like Laneige. Like, ooh, looks like this outperforms the Laneige. At least for me, that Laneige sleep mask ends up drying out my lips and irritating them. But this hyaluronic acid based occlusive balm is so nice for your lips. You know, it's billed as an overnight sleep mask because as we sleep at night, we lose more water from the skin, including the lips, which is just vulnerable territory to begin with. This is great to put on before you get on the plane. Plus, you don't have to touch with your hands, which again, you're trying to reduce doing that when you are going through the airport, checking your bags, touching all the stuff, you know, getting patted down and everything. It's the hand to mouth to nose thing. Try and minimize that by using products that you don't have to touch your face for. So that's really good. It's deeply hydrating. It stays on really well. It has really good longevity on the lips. So it's excellent at night as you sleep. sleep, you wake up with plump, hydrated, soft lips. Great in the corners too, especially you doze off, right? You doze off on that plane, maybe a little drool. You're hoping nobody catches you doing that. Might break down the barrier at the corners of the mouth. Next thing you know, you got dry cracking there, and the Candida yeast in your mouth is like, hey, let's move on in there. We got a timeshare in that little crack, that little fissure. Next thing you know, you got candidal cheilitis going on, and you don't want that. It's not a good look. It's very uncomfortable. So that's one I really like a lot. Now, the benefit of not using that and instead relying on my favorite, petroleum jelly, is that petroleum jelly can also come in clutch in other locations, like around your eyes. If your eyelids get really dry, you can use it under the arms as a chafe relief if you get chafing, or also great on the heels. You can use it around your nails, so a little bit more versatile. So it's kind of a matter of personal preference, but this is one that I just keep in my travel bag and works really well for the lips specifically. Takes up little to no room, so that's a great one. Now, I started this video out with a word of warning. All right, if you've already clicked out, then I really hope that those of you who exited, you got the memo, but you clicked out too early because you didn't get the follow-up. And that's like, well, if we're not supposed to rely on the hotel lotion, what the heck are we supposed to use? Oh yeah, that's what you get for clicking out prematurely out of one of my videos. You missed 90% of what you needed to know. I can only help the willing. So we got some options here. All right, we've got some options. First of all, we've got a product that's really versatile. Get excited. This is one I've been recommending for a while now. This comes from Cetaphil. It's their cracked skin repair balm. 3 ounces. 3 ounces is important because you've got surface area to cover. This isn't just for your face. It's also going to address the body. All right, this is a great size and will fulfill your needs for, we'll say, a 2-day trip for body and face moisturizing purposes. You don't necessarily need a separate moisturizer. You don't necessarily need an eye cream. All right, well, this is just for having in your bag and knowing that your bases are covered. And this will cover a lot of bases. You can use it around your eyes as an eye cream to hydrate and smooth out wrinkles. You can use it on your feet for dry, cracked feet. Say you're planning to go out to a fancy dinner and you get back to the hotel and you look down at your feet and they look crack-a-lack. They don't call it cracked skin repair balm for nothing. It's a dimethicone skin protectant. In contrast to petroleum jelly, because this is a dimethicone skin protectant, feels a lot more comfortable on the face. For those of you with oily skin who are like, I don't want to slug, this is a great option. It has beta-glucan in it, which is very hydrating. Kind of gives the skin a nice little glow too. Because it's a skin protectant, it's also really great if you happen to get chafing between the thighs, under the arms. Great for really soothing the skin. Great at nighttime to your face. If you're going on a nice vacation too, you really want to pamper your skin, but you don't want to be lugging around the whole bathroom. I like to have everything with me so I can dip on in, dip on out. You're going to want to do something nice for yourself, but you don't want to weigh yourself down with a bunch of stuff. And the thing about this too is it's really going to help with that dry hotel room, or maybe you're staying at some family members. Okay, you're trying to pinch pennies because hotels are expensive, or maybe you got an Airbnb. Airbnbs can be surprise, why is it so cruddy in here? Treat yourself with a nice reduction in transepidermal water loss. This is a great option. Great. Because you're going to need to be washing your hands more than your average day. Maybe this is a road trip even. You're stopping in gas stations and things of that sort. You're washing your hands. You don't want to get sick, okay? Because you're already taking time off of work for the vacation, which you want to enjoy. Last thing you want to do is be sick when you get back and have to sacrifice future vacation time. So you need to be washing your hands frequently and take the time to do it right. When I go through the airport, I side-eye people. It's like, just take an extra 10-15 seconds to properly get at least your fingers, all right? This pseudo palm washing is just, I mean, you wonder why you're getting all sniffly when you get back, but that'll leave your hands dry, which, you know, is uncomfortable and causes dry, cracked hands. This is great as a hand cream. It really covers many bases. So those 5 products alone, real condensed, slim, go ahead and drop them in your bag and you've got some bases covered right there. All right, guys, those are the 5 travel bag must-haves for me. What are always in this little bag at the moment. You know, I just keep them in there that way. When a trip comes up, comes time to pack, it takes a lot of the effort out of thinking, oh gosh, what skincare? And it also addresses multiple travel skincare pain points that I have encountered over the years. Like, I caution against never rely on that lotion that they put in hotels these days. It is, I swear, that makes the skin drier, whatever that is. And then I've always run into the issue too, where it's like, oh, I don't have my cleansing balm. I can't really do my double cleanse. And then you're there trying to rub off the mascara, and it just doesn't come off the same with the same efficiency. Now your skin is even more irritated from all of that rubbing. So that's always been a pain point for me, and I've always kept my eyes peeled for more travel size friendly things, because like I said, I like to dip on in with the carry-on. I don't want to check a bag. I'll check a bag, all right? So don't come to a travel vlog and be like, I thought you didn't check bags. Yeah, I'll check a bag from time to time. But if I can avoid it comfortably, I'm going to avoid it, because that's just added time. Mind you, I always was loyal to Southwest. You could check not one, but 2 bags for free. They've done away with that. Now you got to slide out of their exploding planes, and you can't even check a bag. They're not even going to put your bag up under the plane and let it slide out with you. You got to pay for that? No, I'm not paying for that. Like I said, I'm not paying to expedite the line. You can trust I'm not giving Southwest however much money they want to check a bag. All right, y'all, I hope this video was fun, informative, especially for those of you who maybe have a trip coming up or you travel a lot for work. If you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.